Breaking news tonight from the Strait of Hormuz, a global choke point where tensions can ignite in seconds. An American warship, the USS Farragut, faced off with an Iranian vessel in a tense encounter. For several minutes, two powerful navies stared each other down, the world watching and waiting. The Farragut was on a routine transit through waters that carry a third of the world's oil. But in these contested lanes, routine can turn dangerous in an instant. The sudden appearance of an Iranian patrol boat set the stage for a high-stakes confrontation. Pentagon officials confirm the Farragut's crew acted with restraint, following international law. The situation could have spiraled out of control, but instead, it became a textbook case of de-escalation. The commander's choices on both sides averted conflict. The outcome, not a battle, but a quiet, professional disengagement. This is the story of discipline under pressure, where composure, not firepower, won the day. We'll take you inside the moments that define this standoff. See how training and protocol can prevent disaster in one of the world's most volatile regions. In modern naval encounters, the real battle is often a battle of wills. Here's how a potential international incident was managed, minute by tense minute. The day began like any other in the Persian Gulf. The USS Farragut glided through the Strait of Hormuz, its crew calm and focused, their mission a routine transit, upholding maritime freedom in a strategic, crowded waterway. Commander Evelyn Reed stood on the bridge, surveying her team and the tranquil sea. She knew the calm could shatter at any moment. Every transit here was a test. The strait is narrow, packed with tankers, fishing boats, and military vessels. Reed's job, keep her crew ready for anything. The Farragut's advanced systems were impressive, but its greatest asset was its disciplined crew. These sailors were experts, drilled in navigation, engineering, and the rules of engagement. Their focus, clear communication, unwavering discipline, and constant vigilance. As the sun climbed, the crew's eyes swept the sea and their screens, alert for the unexpected. The deceptive calm would not last. In these waters, routine can turn to crisis in seconds. Every sailor knew. Readiness was everything. The morning haze hid more than just the horizon. The stage was set for what was to come. Trouble first appeared as a fast-moving blip on the radar. In the Combat Information Center, a young sailor reported, "New surface contact, bearing 045, range 15 nautical miles, fast mover." The bridge snapped to alert. Commander Reed responded, "Acknowledge, let's get a visual." The ship's routine transit was now an active situation. The unidentified vessel ignored radio hails and wasn't broadcasting its identity. A clear warning sign. The crew documented every detail. Speed, course, silence. As the contact closed to 10 miles, lookouts confirmed. Small patrol craft, possibly Iranian. The mood shifted. This was no drill. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy was known for aggressive tactics here. Reed ordered heightened readiness. Every sailor knew their role. The ship's command system kicked into gear. The blip was now a real-world threat. The Farragut stayed on course, but every eye was on the approaching vessel. The encounter was about to get real. Training and discipline would be tested. The crew braced for a close encounter. The next few minutes would be critical. The standoff had begun. On the Farragut's deck, there was no panic, just quiet, deliberate action. Sailors manned defense stations, gunners stood by, but no one made provocative moves. Commander Reed's orders were clear. Continue hailing, document all attempts, maintain defensive posture, no escalation. Her calm set the tone. Discipline was their shield. In the CIC, sailors tracked the Iranian boat's every move, logging data and capturing images. This wasn't just about preparing for a fight, it was about building a complete record. In international incidents, information is power. The crew's seamless teamwork reflected rigorous training and a culture of de-escalation. Every sailor understood the gravity of the moment. Their actions were being watched by both sides, and the world. They represented their country. Their conduct had to be flawless. The Farragut's professionalism was no accident. It was the result of years of preparation. The crew's unity and purpose were their greatest strengths. In these tense moments, discipline was everything. The ship's posture, ready, but not aggressive. The world was watching. The Iranian patrol boat pressed closer, weaving unpredictably, armed and silent. At 5 nautical miles, the threat was undeniable. The Farragut's crew had drilled for this. Now it was real. Commander Reed ordered, "Sound the ship's whistle, 5 short blasts." The powerful horn echoed, a clear warning. The Iranian boat ignored it, closing in. Tension on the bridge was high, every eye fixed on the threat. Reed authorized the long-range acoustic device. "Iranian vessel, you are approaching a U.S. warship. Alter course, immediately." The message was repeated in English and Farsi. Still, the boat kept coming. Now inside 2 nautical miles, the danger was acute. The farragate's crew held their discipline. No main guns trained. No escalation. Defensive systems were ready, but restraint was the order. The encounter became a high-stakes game of nerves. Patience and professionalism were tested to the limit. The Iranian silence was psychological pressure. The next move could change everything. The crew waited, steady and prepared. The standoff was razor-thin. The world watched for the next move. As the Iranian boat drew closer, a silent conversation unfolded. The farragut held its course and speed, a statement of resolve. The American warship projected confidence. "We will not be intimidated." The Iranian vessel's erratic approach signaled defiance, its crew documenting every move. Both sides sent messages without words: posture, presence, and restraint. On the bridge, Reed and her team analyzed every cue: crew numbers, weapon readiness, body language. The Iranian crew watched just as closely, searching for any sign of weakness or aggression. It was a duel of perceptions, a standoff of nerves. The farragate's crew kept their posture non-threatening, gun crews ready, but weapons not aimed. This restraint was strength, showing control and professionalism. The burden of escalation was on the Iranian vessel. The silent language of the sea was clear: discipline over aggression. Every action was calculated, every signal deliberate. The standoff was as much psychological as physical. In these moments, restraint was the most powerful message. Throughout the encounter, the farragate's crew gathered intelligence relentlessly. Cameras and sensors recorded every detail of the Iranian boat, its weapons, crew, and movements. Electronic sensors scanned for hidden communications. Every bit of data was logged for analysis and future strategy. The crew's observations added vital context to the electronic picture. Knowing they were being recorded may have deterred the Iranian crew. On the modern battlefield, information is a powerful defense. The Iranian boat closed to within 1,000 yards, the red line. Reaction time was now measured in seconds. Commander Reed ordered, "Fire warning flares." Red pyrotechnics burst between the ships, a final non-lethal warning. The Iranian boat hesitated, then pressed on. The farragate's gunners stood ready by the failing system, but no order to engage was given. Reed held her nerve, refusing to fire first. This was the climax. Discipline and professionalism at their limits. The rules of engagement were clear: defend, but do not provoke. The crew embodied restraint, a powerful show of confidence. Suddenly the Iranian boat turned sharply, slowed and moved away. No gestures, no radio calls, just a quiet disengagement. The immediate crisis was over. A collective sigh of relief passed through the farragut. The ship had held the line without firing a shot. The standoff ended as quietly as it began. Professionalism had prevailed. As the Iranian vessel receded, the farragut continued its mission, course and speed unchanged. The crew stood down from alert, calm and efficient. Commander Reed simply said, "Well done, resume standard watch." There was no celebration, just quiet pride. The real victory was the absence of conflict. Discipline, training, and restraint had triumphed. The crew had faced a direct challenge and responded with professionalism. They de-escalated a dangerous situation without aggression. The lesson: true strength is knowing when not to use force. In crowded, contested waters, professionalism is the greatest weapon. The farragate's crew proved that restraint is not weakness, it's control. Tonight, their quiet victory stands as a model for modern naval power. In the Strait of Hormuz, composure won the day.